know we all live in Worcester and we think Worcester's the only thing that exists in this state. And when you hold an office in Boston, it's not just Worcester, it's everywhere. We could become a Holyoke, no doubt. We could become a Chicopee. I think we're close to becoming a Springfield. And, but at the end of the day, we're not Boston. And the one person that brought the community together in Boston is Willie Gross. His relationship in Boston kept us safe when we had the riots, when we had, and I sat with the Crafts today on his Reform Alliance group, and they talked about what happened during January and last fall and all the riots and the demonstrations in the city. It was Willie's work in the city that actually made it a lot easier for me to do my job. And Willie was gracious enough to say he wanted to come here tonight, and I can't tell you, to listen to a guy like Will, he's the best. And you know what, he helped me through my job, he taught me a lot, and I owe him a lot. I do miss him in Boston, but I'm glad I'm not there anymore, so that's great. And I wanted to say this was Anthony's coming out party, but I guess it's not, it's really Sip, so. Without any further ado, I want to introduce my good friend, Willie Gross.
Let's hear it for my brother Turco. Yeah, we did great work. We kicked ass. Yeah. And we took care of our community. We took care of our Commonwealth. And you want to know what? When you were there, I don't want to say anything about your predecessor, but everyone knew he earned it. He did his job. He shared lived experiences. And when you're dealing with state, local, and federal law enforcement in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, where our country began, couldn't get a better leader. So I'm proud to call you my brother. Thank you. As for me, it's great being in Worcester. But first of all, I give all honor to God, country, and family. I was raised on a little farm in Hillsborough, Maryland. I was raised by a Southern grandmother and Vietnam vets. And when I moved to Boston at the age of 11 in 1975, before any of you ladies were born, not you old bastard guys, this thing I moved into called an apartment building, Vietnam vets. Then my mother marched me right down to a football field, Vietnam vets. So, where am I going with this? I love the military. God, country, come first, and then family. But the family is our great nation. Mr. Cipro, right here, is a colonel in the Army. Knows one of my great friends, too, Gary Keefe. Why am I even mentioning this? This man cares not only about the country, but where he's worked for 27 years. For this community, where he's a father and a grandfather, and your brother, your uncle, your friend, but never your foe. This is who you need to lead in the 21st century. You want to talk about 21st century policing? This man embodies it. For all of the aforementioned. Number one, busting your ass working for 27 years in public service to the community is no joke. There's ups and downs. There's losses, especially for our brothers and sisters that have paid the ultimate sacrifice. God bless them. And then you have to hold it all together and still serve and protect. You've done that. Why am I mentioning serve and protect? This brother has transcended serve and protect, not only from the military, but the paramilitary, law enforcement in Worcester, Sergeant, and my brother, Steve Sergeant, the chief. That's my brother. Still got a wood-paneled office. I'm like, damn, it reminds me of Hillsborough, Maryland. Right? But now he's going to take it to the next level, where he wants to serve as city councilor. What is that saying? You kicked ass on September 14th. What is that saying? What is that saying about anti-police sentiment? You know what it's saying? People are tired. They want common sense. They want dignity, and they want someone with empathy, sympathy, care, and respect. And we cannot say that about every politician. I'll tell you that right now. Anything for a vote, and I'm going to get my votes based on a national headline that some are tragic. I'm going to get my votes off a national headline so people can know who I am. I say right now, that's bullshit. Your job is to serve the people, not worry about headlines. If there are headlines, then you should show folks, here's what we're doing different from what happened in Ferguson and many of the other towns. And for God's sake, say you work with your police department so you make sure things like that don't happen here. And by the way, in Boston, 37 and a half years, you don't go from a pig farm to commissioner without the community raising you. So I can say this about police reform. Everyone knows about police reform because they're hearing about it. What's the true definition? First, there's another definition, community policing. Community policing is all of us working in partnership to solve problems, to create a better quality of life. There is no police reform without community policing reform. Means that you respect me, I respect you. The onus isn't solely on the police department, it's on all of us in the village. That's the definition of reform. It should be community reform so we gain mutual respect and we have conversations. You sure as hell can't get that if you're getting all of your votes and your support from a national headline. You need someone with lived experiences, military, a veteran of foreign war. And trust me, there's a war here on our soil too, between good and evil. Where's Jesus, the good father I just met, a big brother like me? By the way, I'm Black Moses. Look it up, he didn't look like Charlton Heston, he looked like me. But there is a battle between good and evil. And you cannot have head fakes leading the army against evil. You need someone that's fair, that's balanced, that will stay on the line, that will put their money where their mouth is. I understand you're not even going to collect the salary. The salary will go towards programs to help those who are addicted, homelessness, and mental health issues. That's saying something in these days. Kick in the funds. But this is who you need. And my brother made a great point. Every major metropolis that has adopted the far left policies, they have failed. Recently, I was in St. Augustine, Florida for FBI training, National Executive Institute. In my class was the chief from Portland and the chief from Seattle, and the assistant chief from Philly. Guess what? Guess what failed miserably? Far left politics failed miserably. And guess what? It's costing lives. New York, the crime rate up astronomically so, but the troops are holding the line. Portland, astronomically so. Seattle, through the roof. I spoke with the chiefs. And I tell you what, guess who's on the front line and guess who runs towards danger? That's your first responder family, state, local, and federal. And remember I said the village? A lot of folks in the village do too, whether they have stripes, bars, guns, radios, or badges, they're right there too. That's what I'm talking about. That's the true first responder family. And that's what we need in this country right now. We are so tired of the fake voices. People try to light me up all the time, and I'm saying, bring it, because you never got your ass off of that sofa when you were Monday morning quarterbacking. You sat on the fence, and when the people needed you, you hit. You will not be a no-show. I've talked to several people about this man. He will be there for you. He will not be a no-show. He will hold police accountable, but he will also hold the constituency accountable, as well as a mayor, as well as the city councils that work with him. That's what we're talking about, folks. We shouldn't be talking about far left and far right. We should be talking about balance, common sense. That's what he brings to the table. Or I wouldn't have drove my ass out here all the way from Boston to back somebody that's fake. That's just not me. I tell it like it is. And I'm telling you right now, I am so impressed with you. I'm going to brag about you. And also, folks, we have young people in our family. Those are the future leaders. These are the folks that we have to impress. These are the folks that we have to lead and mold. You don't want your kids sitting on a goddamn fence. You don't want your kids running when there's a tough decision to be made. And you don't want your kids to back up and hide in the corner when there's some heat. You want strong leaders like this that will get up and lead the way. That's tough to do because there's this thing called criticism. The press isn't going to be your friend if you're law enforcement. Tough shit. Because guess what? We're going to be there every day, no matter what you say or what you do. A lot of people aren't going to like you just because. Why? I heard it in the Globe. Really? Yeah. Who runs that paper? Right. So, again, I don't want to sound like a broken record, man, but really, it's time for folks to really put some emphasis and some thought behind the voting process. And if you can't give money, give your valued opinion. Because we are sick and tired of this bullshit. Right. These fake labels. That's right. Only mentioning the negative. When we talk about a partnership, yeah, Boston Police work statewide with the Secretary of Public Safety. Statewide. And if anyone knows me, they know I do not create borders. You're all my brothers and sisters. Because again, it's a battle between good and evil. We are tired, and the people are tired of these bullshit labels. I was asked to run for mayor, but there's a better candidate in Boston. But here's what I say. To the far left, why would the city of Boston want a conservative police commissioner to run for mayor? Because the people, not the 1.5% to 2% that want to grab headlines here and there and say they speak for the people, not the people that are in a 501c3 that get paid to complain, that say they're for the people. The people are speaking. They spoke on September 14th. You know what they're saying? It's time to restore balance. It's time to restore justice. It's time to back those who are on the front lines, that pay the ultimate sacrifice and they're out there each and every day. That's why I'm here to support you, my brother. This won't be the only time you need me again. You don't even have to feed me. I got reserves. Right? So I'm just saying, folks, please support this father, this grandfather, this leader in the military, this leader in the paramilitary, but leader of the people who is for the people. Thank you for allowing me this opportunity to even come and address you. Thank you for letting me burn your ears off, because I'm passionate. I'll never forget that the community helped raise me. I'll be goddamned if I'm going to stand by and let a good man like this, the name be sullied, just because of his profession. That's wrong. This is who we need, a leader with experience. This is who we need, someone that'll put their money where their mouth is. And this is who we need, your brother, a true leader. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
So, Commissioner, I don't want you to trip there, come all this way, and I'm going to trip you right here in Worcester. That's awful.
What's that?
What's that? All 25. So, how am I going to follow that, right? Yeah. Unbelievable. But I just want to say a couple things. First of all, thank you, Tommy Turco. Very good personal friend, but also a great friend of public safety. Former secretary, just recently retired, and over the last several years when he, the many things that we had to do, police reform, the civil unrest, COVID, you name it, Tommy Turco stood up and did a tremendous job. And I know personally, I was sorry to see you leave, and I know that professionally, many in our community we're sorry to see you leave. But a well-deserved retirement, I think. So, Tommy, I really want to thank you for helping put this together tonight. So, thank you very much. Commissioner,
Sir.
thank you. I really appreciate you being here. One of the things that, the commissioner talks about leadership, but really the commissioner, when you look at someone, myself, as a junior leader, I like to say, and I look at you and what you've done, you've been a mentor and someone that we would like to emulate. I have seen you in action when you were deputy superintendent and then rose to commissioner, and you've never changed your values and how you feel about the police and policing in general. I've seen you at the International Chiefs of Police Conferences. We shared a cigar in Florida one year, because I'm also a member of that. So we were down there in Florida, and we had a little conversation, and it's unbelievable, the leadership that you have given us. And that's one of the things I always talk about is leadership and policing, and I talk about strategic leadership, and one of the things that you are a strategic leader, and you're continuing that forward and helping us in our profession. You just didn't retire and say, I'm done. That's not you. You are continuing to be a steward of our profession, and you're someone that I look up to, and I really appreciate you being here, and I really appreciate those kind words of tonight. So thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'd also like to thank a few other people so Tommy Daly. Tommy Daly came in. He is the Executive Vice President of New England Police Benevolent Association, former Worcester police officer, longtime union brother, but longtime personal friend of mine. So thank you, Tommy, for being here. I really appreciate that. David Gilbert somewhere. David Gilbert, the NEPA 9/11 Worcester Police Union. He's here somewhere. I'm not sure exactly where he is, but I really, and is Billy Armstrong here? The Vice President there back there, Kavitzin. But thank you for being here tonight. I also have the Superior Officers Union from the Worcester County House of Correction, NEPA. They're in the house, so thank you for your support. I also have MassCop here. Right here, yep. So MassCop is here supporting us tonight. I don't have anybody from I have a lot of people from the MSP here also supporting us. So I appreciate the public safety support. But this isn't just about public safety, right? As I look around the room, oh, wait a minute, I see Greg Stratman. I got to tell, there's Greg Stratman back here. So listen, I'm going to tell you one thing. Greg Stratman's running in District 5. District 5 in the Worcester City Council race. Everything that the commissioner just talked about, that also embodies what Greg has. Greg is a retired state trooper. He is running in District 5. We need, anybody who knows in District 5, please reach out to Greg Stratman and make sure that you have your family, your friends, and everyone else vote for Greg, because we need someone else on the council that are like-minded like us, and Greg is that man. So Greg, thank you for being here today. So as I look around the room, I'm very humbled. I have people from all walks of my life here. I have my family. I have my friends. I have my workers here. I have my military people. And that means a lot to me. That means a lot to me. Because it kind of reinforces who I believe I am. A leader, a person that people can count on. I have some brand new police officers right here that I helped train. They're just new graduates, and they came out. Yeah. And they came into this profession because they love the profession. They don't care about the reform, and I'm honored to have them here tonight. So as I look around the room, it's like little bits and pieces of me are around this room, and that gives me the energy to keep moving forward. Because I'm going to tell you right now, yes, we did great September 14th. Was that good or bad? I loved it. It showed the machine, the status quo, that we need a change, that the people want a change. Now, of course, now they're coming after me. Right? I can't do certain things. I can't vote on the police budget. So what? As a union representative, I can lobby, though. Believe me, they have no idea what they're talking about. But I can vote on the overall budget. I can vote on your taxes. I can vote on your water sewer rates. I can vote on your trash fees. Everything that the current councilor has raised. Everything. Not only has he raised those, I can't take a salary. But what has he done? He's raised his own salary over the last 4 years. I am doing this for the right reasons. For the people of Worcester and for all of you sitting here. Police reform is a part of it. Police reform is a part of it. His actions and his words prove, regardless of what he wants to put out there, that he does not support the Worcester police. Does not. I don't care what he says. I don't care what his people say. The truth will come out. Believe me. As you see, we have them on their heels. And they don't like this. So they have people out in the neighborhoods. People not from Worcester. They have energized people from around the state to come to Worcester to deal with a district Worcester council race. What's that say? They're concerned. They're worried. They don't want me there. They know I'm going to push back. They know I'm going to question. I'm not part of the status quo. I'm an independent voice, and I'm here to work for all of you. No one else. All of you. I'm doing it for the right reasons. I'm not getting paid. I can't even get promoted if I get elected. So my future earning potential is an issue. I don't care. I don't care, because I'm doing it for the right reasons. And what I need, we have 3 weeks left, 21 days from today. This is a great turnout. Great people signed up. All right? But I need everybody. I need an army. I need you to get out there. There's been many people in this room that I'm looking around, and you've helped me from day one. But I need more in these last 3 weeks. I need you to come out 2-3 hours. The Saturday before the election, the Saturday, Sunday before the election, we're going to be sending out emails. I need people to show up. We're going to canvass neighborhoods. We're going to drop my literature. We're going to continue to get the word out to the day of the election. Because this is how we're going to win, and this is how we're going to change politics in the city of Worcester. Not me, you. You and your families. I need everyone here. Go home. Tell 1, 2, 3 friends. Rick Cipro, District 1. Right? I challenge all of you to do that. And I need you to come out. I need you to sign up for my standouts. I need you to sign up for the early elections. If you truly support the city of Worcester, many of you work here, and many of you live here. If you truly support the city of Worcester and you want to see change, and you want to make sure that this doesn't change, and especially in public safety, yeah, I might not be able to vote on certain things, but everybody knows where I stand on public safety. I've been a union president, police officer, or police official for 25 years. I've been working here 27 years, and I've been doing this for 25 of the years. 27 of the 25 years I've been doing this, right? I care about our profession, but I care about the city of Worcester. I've worked all around the city of Worcester. I've worked in our Great Brook Valley neighborhoods. I've worked in our Main South neighborhoods. I know what the people want. I listen to them. I've banged thousands of doors. They love us. They want public safety, but they also want lower taxes, right? They want their potholes filled. All these things that my opponent, Sean Rose, has not done. No-show Rose is who he is. Doesn't show up at meetings. I am not that way. I don't get where I'm at today for not showing up. Do not. Like I like to tell people, if you want a show horse, vote for him. If you want a workhorse, you're going to vote for me and you're going to work for me. So let's take it to November 2nd. Let's bring this home and let's change politics in the city of Worcester. Let's move forward. I thank you very much for coming out tonight. On to November 2nd.
Candidate Cipro for City Council, District 1.
District 1.
First of all, why would you want to run in this type of climate at this type of climate?
Well, it's a time for a change. All right, I think the citizens of Worcester, as I walk around, I bang thousands of doors. And as I walk the city, people are tired of the status quo. They're tired of the same thing, the same people, and no change. So it's the perfect time to run, actually, because the actual city is in transition. And this is the perfect time to run because the people are just really tired of the status quo.
You have the defund me police movement, other anti-police movements out there. What can you do in the city council to persuade other city councilors not to vote or take that step?
Well, it's very, it's difficult for me, as the State Ethics Commission. I can't vote on police issues. I cannot, I can't discuss police issues. However, as a police union official, I have a document from the State Ethics Commission that says I can do that. I can lobby for police issues as a police union official, not as a councilor. I just have to file an ethics form, a disclosure form. So I can do that. So there's certain things I can do, but it's not just about police, right? It's not just about police reform, even though some of this is. The current councilor did vote to take school resource officers out of the schools. He did vote for not ShotSpotter Connect, which is becoming a very, very important part of our city. He actually also tried to bring back the budget so that they can reopen it to defund the police. It's a fact. He did that. He voted, one of 3 councilors, to do that. So he's forgetting those things. So putting me on there will alleviate that. But I'm also talking about, let's talk about what I can do, right? And this is the key. It's not what I can't do, it's what I can do. I can vote for your real estate taxes. I can vote for your water sewer rates. I can vote for your trash fees and everything else. All items that Councilor Rose has wanted to increase. That's what he's done. He's increased it, or he wants to increase it. It's on the record. These are the things that I can do. The real issues of the city. Money. We are hedging against inflation right now. We have to make sure that our communities, our neighborhoods are taken care of. People that are on fixed incomes, that they are taken care of. And the city's actually, in my opinion, ignoring them. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go in there and figure out what we need to do to take care of our neighborhoods.
For public safety, Worcester's been in public safety for years. You can also vote on fire department issues. Maybe not police department issues, but you can vote on
So all public safety issues, yeah. Fire department, yes. I can vote on the fire. I can vote on Department of Public Health, Department of Public Works, everything else but police. That's one little, this isn't the first time. This isn't something new, right? It's happened in the state all over the place, and it's happened in the city of Worcester previously. We had another police officer on the city council back in the late 80s, early 90s. So it's not something new. It's not something different. And they're trying to make it like it is. Common practice, and that's why the ethics laws exist. I can run. I can seek council seat, and that's what I'm doing.
What short pitch do you have for yourself, your constituents?
Well, if you're tired of the status quo and you want change, I am that. I'm an independent voice. I will not go along to get along. That's the key. You got to be able to push back at the administration and ask those tough questions and make those tough votes. And that's what you got to do. And I'm sorry, but Councilor Rose is not that person that does that. He goes along to get along. He has higher political aspirations. I haven't put a self-imposed term limit on myself. Will he do that? I'm not taking a pay. Yeah, I can't take the pay. Will he not take the pay? I don't think so. I am doing this for the right reasons. For us, for an independent voice, for all of you, for the citizens of Worcester. And that's what you need. You need an independent voice in that city council, especially today.
You have the former Secretary of Public Safety, former police commissioner of Worcester. What does that say? Statewide recognition.
Well, I'm humbled by that, but it's part of my service, and I talk about my selfless service to our city, our Commonwealth, and our nation. And they've touched on that today. I've worked with our Executive Office of Public Safety through many security missions here in the Commonwealth. I've worked with the Boston Police Commission security missions in Boston, right? And I've also done many outside the United States. So they know what I bring to the table. They know who I am. And it's not about that, but it's about leadership. And if you heard them talk about that, I have the necessary leadership skills and the experience and the education that can be an effective city councilor. I bring people together. And I get stuff done. That's what I do. That's what I've done for over 35 years in the military and over almost 28 years here in the police department.
The election was just recently. We were top one candidate in the primary. General election is coming up. What do you have to say if there's a voter shortage in the primary?
So we have to make sure that people turn out, right? So I don't say, I did well in the primary. But you can't rest on your laurels. What it comes down to is this: voter turnout. We have to make sure that if people really want this change in the city of Worcester, you have to get out and vote. That's the key. You got to get out and vote. Get involved in the democratic process, because that's what we need. If you want change, that's the only way to do it. And I am a person of the people, and I believe in that. So you need to get out and you need to vote. Thank you.
All right, Tiffany Williams with Daily News here at the Richard Cipro for City Council District 1 fundraiser at Compass Tavern. Joining me now, former Boston Police Commissioner. Once you're a commissioner, you're always commissioner. So,
You're always commissioner.
Commissioner,
My brother.
Commissioner of the
Yeah,
Boston
you're
Police
welcome.
Department. He's not wearing his fedora tonight, but here we go.
There you go. I'm outside. You can put it on.
Yeah.
There you go.
Here we go. Supporting a guy like Richard Cipro for city council, it's not just supporting a guy, you're supporting a fellow police officer.
Yes.
A lot of people said when you were a commissioner, you weren't just commissioner, you were a cop still. You didn't allow politics on the inside of the department. What is it like to come out here and support a guy like Richard Cipro?
So it's an honor to be here, first of all. I love Worcester. I have a great friend in the chief, Steve Sargent, and been working with Worcester collaboratively with Boston for years. Now, for our candidate, Mr. Cipro, listen, this brother's for real. When we're talking about 21st century policing and what's going on in our country with civil unrest and the pandemic, all the cities need balance restored, right? And you need someone with lived experiences that can lead the city together and not be divisive. That's what I see in him. He has lived experiences that can bring experiences to the political arena. That means he knows who to talk to. And again, through his lived experiences, he has empathy, sympathy, care, and respect. And it's from the heart. You heard what I alluded to earlier. People only comment certain politicians when there's national headlines. Other than that, you don't hear them, you don't see them. They just wait for tragedies to occur, and then all of a sudden, I'm your politician. We need brothers like Rick Cipro that are going to be for the people and hold everyone accountable. Police, community, but in doing so, will garner respect from both sides, all sides, because after all, this is all our village, the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. He's the right person for the job.
Right now, crime rate is, it's up in Massachusetts, between Worcester, Boston, statewide. How important is it to get somebody like Cipro and other police officers, or people just to law and order,
Right.
on the city councils or in state government that are experts at bringing that crime rate down?
Right. You need, again, people with balance. What does that balance mean? What am I alluding to? Here's what I'm alluding to. If you want to reform people, you have to make sure all of the programs and initiatives for reform are in place and fully funded. As well, can we please stop forgetting about the victims of crime, right? Letting people out because they could get sick, letting people out, stay away, ankle bracelet. You are re-traumatizing communities if those people are repeat violent offenders. It seems now that everybody's forgetting about the victims. The part of reform where we can keep people from getting victimized, if you want to help people be reformed, again, fully fund the programs and initiatives, but you need leaders from both sides to make sure that we can all work together to make sure everybody in our village is a great citizen. We need that balance. That's the only way crime rate goes down, because you are not going to arrest problems away if there's recidivism. But you can break that cycle by working together. And I'm going to tell you right now, if you're listening to someone that gets all their votes from a headline and someone that's never done crap in their lives except criticize a Monday morning quarterback, that's not going to get it done. Because when it comes to crunch time, That's who you need. Someone with lived experiences, a leader that can bring people together to work on a permanent solution to make the quality of life better for everybody.
I'm going to sidetrack here for a
Go
second.
right ahead.
I know that you are a huge sports fan of
Yes,
New England
I am.
sports. I don't know if you have your patches on you, but
Ah. Did I bring my patches today? Did I bring a patch today? What?
so definitely a true New England sports fan. Mac Jones or Dallas Tech or Dallas Cowboys?
Matt Jones. Listen, this is a new team. Have you seen this, brother? Very poised, right? Already has it together, and he's just a rookie quarterback. This is the New England Patriots. Did we just see a patch that said 6X more than anybody around? Maybe Pittsburgh's got a smash. But this is a brother that you franchise. He's good, and we're only going to get better. We've lost a couple games just by a couple of fumbles, or we'd be like 4-0. So we're good. Matt Jones all day. And I do like the Dallas quarterback because he's classy, right? And he's a gentleman, and he respects his elders.
So another sports question for you. You just saw the Red Sox win last
I
night.
was there last night.
You were there in the house.
Oh, my goodness. From the first inning to the ninth inning and the post-celebration, the crowd was on point. It was electric.
So I think we're playing Houston. Oh, good. We're playing
And
Dallas.
I want to give a shout-out to the Red Sox and Red Sox Foundation for oh, we are? Good. Okay, cool. Hispanic Heritage Month.
Yes.
And they did host the Massachusetts Puerto Rican Festival Committee. It's going a long way than how it used to look in the past for Boston sports teams, and especially the Red Sox. Under this new ownership, not new anymore, over the past 15 to 17 years, you know, Latinos and Latinx, because I want to be proper, fastest growing population. And now everybody's welcome at Fenway. And we saw what happened last night. Who brought it home? Oh, man, what a great story. You know what touched me? He says, hey, I recognize what I did in the past, right? But I also recognize it hurt my kids. And that kind of touched the heart. It's just like what I was talking about earlier. Everybody can be reformed, right? But it's got to come from the heart. So God bless that brother.
So I'll rein it back in real quick.
Sure.
And then I'll end it with this
Hit me
question.
once. Thank you.
I'll end it with this. Have you supported any candidates for mayor of Boston yet?
Yes, Anissa Sabi George all day, because she's a candidate that's in every neighborhood of Boston. And that's true. I've known her for years, and you all know I call them like I see them. Every politician in Boston has gone to Boston Police community events, especially for the kids and the seniors, especially when no one knew them. So with that being said, I'm a 37-and-a-half-year veteran. So I've seen who's been out there when there's been tragedy in neighborhood, who's been out there when there's been successes, and who's been out there when it takes time to support first responders. And again, not just jump on a national moniker and then go against the very people that help get you elected. That's Anissa Sabi George. She will bring balance, right? We'll hold police accountable, but the community as well. That's what we need. No divisiveness. We need a leader that can bring the people together, because the nation began here in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts.
Awesome. Thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you. Come on.
Yeah.